want to talk a little bit today about the Portage tornado of last year. Obviously, that was a big event in this area, in this community here, and so I want to put a little emphasis on that today. A little bit about us. We're a team of 6 individuals who share a deep passion for weather education and public safety. We have a lot of experience, so between all of us, we have over 50 years combined of chasing storms. I've seen over 40 tornadoes in a wide variety of other states. Surprisingly, I've only seen 2 tornadoes in the state of Michigan. I've never seen one in the state of Indiana. I've only seen 2 in the state of Illinois. So most of the rest of those come from out on the plains, Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, a couple in New Mexico, Wyoming as well, a couple in Colorado. So a little bit about us, right? We were founded in July 2022 with the mission to have you covered from beginning to end when dangerous weather strikes. A lot of times people think that that means just when the storms are here, as the storms are coming through, but that's not necessarily true. We want to be able to help people before, during, and after all of these storms come through. The main goals that we have: elite level forecasting. We want to bring awareness to the upcoming storm systems. We want to have live field reports, live streaming to have eyes on the ground while the storms are coming through, as well as having a real-time picture to go along with the severe warning. We'll also have live radar coverage whenever there's a severe thunderstorm warning anywhere in the state of Michigan or a tornado warning. And sometimes we'll do some winter coverage as well. We want to do storm surveying and disaster relief. We want to show the power of the storms, connect with the Michiganders who have been impacted by them and help them, as well as be there to impact our communities after the disaster goes through. You can see some of our services on the screen here with the live streams, real-time storm chasing and reporting, the forecasting that we have, the disaster response. Joel, our lead meteorologist, writes all of our forecasts and all of the discussions. And one of our goals is to make them very clear, concise, to the point, and obviously accurate to make sure that everyone who may not have as in-depth of an understanding about weather like us can understand them and react appropriately when they come through. We launched our full-time operations in March of 2023. We had just a couple thousand followers at that time. As of today, we have over 471,000 followers on Facebook, with more Michiganders joining in every day. Our forecast, live reporting, and expertise, 9 times out of 10, are very, very well received. Some of the numbers that we have here: the reach over all of our platforms is over 31 million unique individuals in just over 30 months of full operations, with one of the biggest days being May 7th of last year. YouTube, we have over 62,000 subscribers. Facebook, we have over 470,000 followers. Instagram, X, and TikTok, we have an additional 25,000 followers as well. You can see some of our views, some of our reach there, and that's just on our Facebook page. That doesn't show YouTube or anything like that. Some of the connections that we work with are the National Weather Service offices. So a fun fact about us is we are the only private equity company that I know of in the state of Michigan that can do weather balloon launches. So we have our own equipment to launch weather balloons, receive that data, and then send it back to the National Weather Service offices that are relevant to where we're launching the balloon for. We do work with the local news stations. Wood TV is one of the ones that we partner with, but we try and get all of our information out to them so that way they can redistribute it as they need to. Not necessarily because we need help getting the views, but because we just want to make sure we're impacting as many people as we can. We work with other storm spotters in the Skywarn network and also the general public. A lot of the times, the best reports that we get as an organization come from people just like you taking a picture outside of your house, outside of your place of business, or maybe it's somewhere else that you are. Why are we successful? We're successful because of our continued commitment to Michigan and its communities. When the local news can't be here, or for those who don't trust the local news, we will be there. We are extremely accurate. We have forecasted many severe outbreaks and snowfall forecasts very accurately due to our extensive forecasting knowledge. The nice part about Michigan Storm Chasers is all of us know how to forecast. Not all of us may have our meteorology degrees. However, we are all very, very good at forecasting. We know what to look for on radar, and it has allowed us to oftentimes give warnings before they're issued. We see it a lot in our messages, and a lot of feedback that we get from everyday people say, well, you guys called it first. You did it before the news. You did it before the National Weather Service. It's because we know what to look for. We are trustworthy, communicate well and often. Anytime there's severe weather in the state of Michigan, we are there. And we all have the same passion and drive to make our business succeed and keep everyone as informed as possible. Some of the tools that we use a variety of radar apps as well as different meteorology sites to storm chase, a variety of handheld and car-powered radios, weather stations on some of our vehicles, dash cameras, the live cameras that, some of the businesses are putting up around the state. We use streaming software to cast to social media. GR2 Analyst Radar is one of the most in-depth analytical radars that we can use, that anybody can use, to provide coverage and data. So now as we transition into May 7th here, just for a show of hands here, how many of everyone in this room knew someone or was impacted by the tornado of May 7th? That's kind of what I figured. Okay. Thank you. I'll talk a little bit about my point of view here. As the storm begins, I was actually in Boston, Massachusetts, getting some certifications for the auto group that I was working for, and I knew that it was going to be forecasted, and there's nothing I could do about it except go to Boston. So during class, I was on my phone all day looking at radar. I'm like, man, we have a joke in the Michigan weather community that anytime there's big storms, they're just going to fall apart. That's kind of Michigan. That's how it goes. I was like, today just needs to be the one day, we call it a bust. Today needs to be the one day that Michigan busts because I'm not there and I can't chase it. That's how we want it to go. Stream begins with tornado warnings in Michigan City. Joel and Ryan were out chasing that day as I was in Boston still. Michigan's first tornado warning came for Berrien County with a tornado watch incoming. Joel was out chasing. We had a wide variety of chasers out that day as well. Ryan, one of the rare days he was out chasing, was out. The next Michigan tornado warning was coming as that storm moved through Berrien County, near Sawyer, heading up towards Berrien Springs, that area through there. And then the second tornado warning up near Berrien Springs, Eau Claire, Dowagiac, was heading into Cass County. The rotation was showing signs of early tornado genesis. So tornado genesis is everything that we can see on radar when we expect a tornado to come through. I saw the dual supercells starting to form, one north of Cassopolis, south of Decatur, and the other one near Edwardsburg, north of Elkhart, Simonton Lake, Centerville, Constantine, Three Rivers area. The first tornado was imminent there, and there was a debris ball that started on radar. Drew and Alex had views. You can see the view of the storm in the bottom part of the screen there. I want to give just a little bit of a shout out to Joel in this situation because you can see him. Joel is right here, looking at the computer screen in his car. So he's running all of this software while trying to storm chase. He was not driving in this picture. I just want to make that very clear. The first tornado's final track started near Dowagiac to the Cass County and Van Buren County line and had about EF1, maybe a little bit of EF2 damage along with it. Both cells dropped tornadoes. Nick was on stream. Joel was driving south. Again, this is a very classic tornado image. Right here you have your hook, as you call it on radar. In this corner over here, whenever you have green and red coming together, green is air headed towards a radar station, red is air headed away. When they come together, that's how you know tornado genesis is imminent. When you see blue like this indicates a debris ball. So the more stuff that's being wafted into the air, whether it's parts of houses, trees, whatever debris, that's how it's shown here. It's a little bit tougher to see on here, but right in this area is where the tornado would have been. This was about the time that I got out of class, took a look at radar and went, oh no, oh, that is not good. This is a good view of the tornado as it was rolling into Portage. Ryan was on the storm. It was rain wrapped entering Portage. It was about this time, you can see me here, that I hopped onto stream. This was the first tornado emergency ever issued in the state of Michigan, and it was for Union City. It tracked through St. Joe County up into Union City. This was one of the scariest radar images that I've ever seen for the state of Michigan. So what we see in this picture here for radar is what we call training supercells. So you've got one supercell here, this one, not really, another supercell here, another supercell here, another supercell here. Tornado warning, tornado emergency, tornado warning, tornado warning. Not good. That is not what we want to see. Seeing 4 tornado warned storms like that in a row in southern lower Michigan was one of the scariest things that I've ever seen. This was the Portage tornado track as it came through here. Again, for those of you who remember, there was a lot of damage done to the FedEx building. Ryan was there. He was helping with a little bit of search and rescue as that went through. Him and I were coordinating kind of what needed to be done. We were trying to find a way to have disaster relief operations, but it was very hard for me to help out being 600 miles away. And that's one of the worst feelings as a local resident of southern lower Michigan, being so far away when tornadoes like this go through. Tornadoes 3 and 4, the final tracks there, Centerville to Sherwood and Union Satellite tornado. It's very rare that we have multiple long-tracked violent tornadoes like this in southern lower Michigan. This is a video taken by Alex of I think that's the FedEx area, after the tornado had gone through there from our live stream that day. Some other views of the Portage community as it went through. The second Kalamazoo warning came through. Some other amateur storm chasers reported a tornado on it, which prompted the tornado warning. However, there was no damage. We had a long discussion about that as well because we don't like false warnings going out. They're very detrimental to the mission that we're trying to do. So we wrapped up the stream. Nick and I wrapped it up. Ryan and Alex worked on damage in the Portage area. Joel worked on the damage in the Sherwood area. And all of our storm chasers continued to chase the storms from west to east across the state until dark. If you have the tornado sirens going off in your area, make sure that you're listening to them and heeding them, whether they're fake or not. And if you can't hear a tornado siren, just put our stream on. We'll help you out. It's okay.